Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes from Cadillacquer to share with you all.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
This is their Out of the Worlds collection. It is currently available. We have thermals, we have some reflective glitter, we have some magnetic polishes, we have it all. Now this collection is available for pre-order until March 30th. So you guys have a couple days to go and shop these. I'm going to leave all of the places that it's available because this is an international brand. So you're going to be able to get it from different stockist websites and all of that. So enough of me blabbing, let's get into the swatches. First up, we have Supernova, and this one is described as a sheer black base packed with blue shimmer, pink, orange, yellow iridescent flakies, and chartreuse reflective glitter. This one had a fantastic formulation. All of these polishes did, and you guys will see that throughout the video consistently. On that first coat, we do want to go on a bit sheer, but because we're working with a lot of components in this polish, sheer is the way to go because we don't want anything to get thick or goopy. I did 3 coats in total. I think 3 will look fantastic on everybody. I really love those iridescent flakies. I feel like Cadillacquer is like the king/queen of these of like contrasting components. We see a lot of the pink, tad bit of orange with the shift with the flakies. I love how we get this really glowy blue base, and then that black, that sheer black base that we're building off from is just peeking on through with all of the shifts. Pictured are 3 coats of Supernova with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Infinity, and this one is described as a clear base packed with small black to red flakies and to light blue reflective glitter. This one, you can see on that first coat, we do go on a bit sheer, but with so many components, and then with the reflective glitter, we want that. We don't want anything to build up too quickly. I feel like this is giving me speckled vibes too, which I love any sort of like speckled polishes. I did decide to do 3 coats just to sort of even out my base and get the most full coverage on the nails, and I thoroughly enjoyed it in 3 coats. We can see the beautiful shift that this one has. Those small black to red flakies really make this polish so stunning. Now it looks like we're working with shimmer in this polish, but remember, this is a clear base that's just packed with the components, right? So those black to red flakies, those are the components that are giving us that beautiful glowy shift. Pictured are 3 coats of Infinity with a glossy top coat. Here we have Alien, and this one is described as a purple jelly with strong green shimmer and opalescent glitter. This one was a little bit different than our previous ones, but I'm telling you, we have a little something in here for everybody in this collection. So first coat, we go on sheer. On that second coat, that's when we start seeing our purple base popping through. I did do 3 coats with this one, and it gave me a lovely ethereal vibe on the nail. Now, those glitters are so cute in this polish. They are giving us like pond-like effect. Like a pond-like effect, like meaning like each of those glitters are sandwiched in between the layers of polish, and they don't disappear, and but they don't make like the boldest statement, but they're just enough to give us such a cute look on the nail. And then we have this really glowy, bouncy, squishy base. It's just so pretty. This is definitely screaming spring to me. Pictured are 3 coats of Alien with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Outer Space, and this one is described as a clear base packed with small black to red flakies and glowy blue micro flakes. So again, we're working with another clear base that is jam-packed with lots of components. So on that first coat, we can see a lot of the flakies. On the second coat, that's when we start seeing the color build up, and that's coming from all of our components. I decided to leave this one at 2. I was happy with 2. You can very well do 3 if you want more of an opaque look, even though I feel like this is opaque enough, but I think 2 with this one is just perfection. Now the shifts, again, so stunning. Now I know the flakies are black to red, but I'm getting a lot of purple vibes here, and obviously it's all of the colors mixing together. The micro flakies in here are super glowy, and they give us this mirror-like look, which is so pretty. Pictured are 2 coats of Outer Space with a glossy top coat. Here we have Celestial, and this one is described as a silver magnetic in a deep navy blue base with small gold glitters. This one I felt like gave me those rich regal royal vibes just because of those gold glitters in here. On the first coat we go on sheer, but we can already see that strong magnetic pull leaning through, and then on the second coat that's when we see the base really starting to build up. And it's definitely a navy, a deep navy. I know sometimes with polishes that are navy or, you know, dark purple, sometimes they can lean and look more black rather than the actual color that they are. But with this polish, we can definitely tell that it's a deep navy. I love how we get that concentration in the middle with the silver magnetic pull. It almost looks like a very icy baby blue. And then we have the deep dark navy along the perimeters of the nail. And then those gold glitters, they just pull everything in together and give us this really cool like outer space vibe. Pictured are 2 coats of Celestial with a glossy top coat. We are moving on to Solar Nubella, and this one is described as an orange to yellow magnetic in a purple to a red shimmer base. Look at that transition, like that was like, woo! First coat we go on sheer, but the magnetic pull is strong and in charge. We see a very, very prominent line, and to me it's looking a lot more pinky orange than yellow to orange. I did 2 coats and I thought that was fine on my shorter nails, but I'm going to say 2 to 3 for everybody because this is a magnetic polish, and sometimes with those polishes we get a lot more pigment in the center of our nails as opposed to dispersed, you know, all throughout. But I love the sunset vibes with this one. We get a little bit of that orange, some of that yellow. It's almost like a double magnetic line, which I did not do intentionally. It just happened to be that way as I was polishing. This is a very fun summer night polish, in my opinion. I think it's so pretty, and I think this will look fantastic on a lot of different skin tones. Pictured are 2 coats of Solar Nubella with a glossy top coat. Here we have Extraterrestrial, and this one is a lime green magnetic in a purple multi-chrome base. So this one is so interesting. We see that lovely green just all throughout, and then as soon as you magnetize it, bam, it is right in the center. So we see a lot of that purple for our base, a strong magnetic pull. It's definitely a limey green. The second coat, we really built up the base, and we pretty much get full opacity, or at least on my shorter nails, I get full opacity. I think longer nail friends, I'm just going to say 2 to 3. I always say 2 to 3, honestly, for a lot of polishes, because it really is preference, right? But this one had a fantastic formula for magnetic polish. Now look at this finished look. So we see the lime green in the middle, but we get all sorts of beautiful shifts because this is a purple multi-chrome, right? So I see a little bit of like a lighter purple violet. I see some yellow in there. And then again, we're getting that cool effect with the magnetic strip. It's almost a little trippy, like it's there, but like I feel like I see other colors too. Pictured are 2 coats of Extraterrestrial with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Otherworldly, and this one is described, this one's a thermal. It is black when cold, and then it transitions to a dusty blue when warm. It has strong purple to red shimmer and blue and green reflective glitter. So on that first coat, we go on a bit sheer, just like all of these do, but you know, give it some time, give it another coat, and we get amazing coverage. Look at that second coat, we get full opacity. We see a lot of that green reflective glitter popping through. Sometimes it's really tough to really see the true color of reflective glitter. Like, obviously if it's silver, like you're gonna see the silver, but sometimes with pigmented reflective glitter, you can't always see the colors, but I could definitely see the green in this one. This is a lovely shade, like a lovely like eggplant sort of shade. I know it says it's black when it's cold, but on me it was definitely leaning more eggplant, and it could be because of that strong purple to red shimmer. And then here it is in its warm state. It's this very dusty periwinkle sort of blue shade, and it's so pretty. We can still see the reflective glitter peeking on through in its warmer state as well, but I love how it looks in its cold state. Pictured are 2 coats of Otherworldly with a glossy top coat. Next up is Collapsing Clouds, and this one is also a thermal, so it's blue when cold to a white / colorless when warm. It has pink, orange, yellow iridescent flakies and silver reflective glitter. So on that first coat, we get this really vibrant, almost blurple-like look, and we see a lot of the iridescent flakies leaning pinkish orangey, looking straight on. I did 2 coats and I achieved full opacity. I'm loving the speckled look with those silver reflective glitters. And then those iridescent flakies are so pretty. So again, this is like a very vibrant violet / blurple base. And it's so juicy and plump. I absolutely love it in this cold state. And then in the warmer state, it looks even more lovely. Those reflective glitters, not reflective glitters, but the flakies just transition to this very soft, like ethereal vibe. I can definitely see how, the description states as it's white / colorless. I can definitely see that, but as it starts to transition to its colder state, or even on me, it looked very much like a really light shade of lavender, which was very pretty. Pictured are 2 coats of Collapsing Clouds with a glossy top coat. And we have a Lunar Eclipse. This is also a thermal, so red when cold to a white / colorless when warm. It has a neon blue glitter in various sizes, and then you have red, orange, iridescent flakies. This is totally giving me parade vibes. If you are a big polish pickup PPU lover, that was a shade that came out years and years ago, which I finally have in my possession. This is not exactly it, but it gives me those vibes. I absolutely love this red shade. It is literally the perfect tone on me, and I think it's going to look fantastic on others. The contrasting effect, guys, I'm telling you, Cadillacquer does such a great job with pairing colors. You'd think that certain colors won't go together. Cadillacquer will prove you wrong. Those blue glitters look so well against the red, and they look even more lovely against the colorless state. To me, I feel like it's like a rosy pink. Beautiful polish, and I cannot wait to wear this in the summertime. Pictured are 2 coats of Lunar Eclipse with a glossy top coat. All right, everybody. I loved all of these polishes. I'm going to be good and pick 2 favorites. The first one being Infinity. Oh my goodness. I loved the dark vibes that we got from that polish, the beautiful shifts, and of course the reflective glitter in there. Not like your typical spring polish, but at this point in time, I am all for all sorts of different colors and shades. Though I am a big seasonal polish wearer, I'm also starting to notice that I like to wear polishes based off of my vibe, what I'm feeling, and then also the events that I have going on in my life, whether that's like work related or something with the kids, or just, whatever I have going on during the day. And typically it was just like, I have my spring rack, or, my seasonal polish rack, and like these are the shades that I have on there based off of like, the season or whatever. But now I feel like venturing off into trying different shades and finishes that aren't your typical sort of seasonal polishes. So with that being said, I would definitely wear this now. And then Lunar Eclipse. How could I not love this? I've been really big into thermal polishes. I know I've said that in a couple of my videos. I just love how it looks on shorter nails with the thermal polish. I don't really like that like French manicure tip. I love when it's either like the entire nail or like bits and pieces of the nail that are transitioning. I think that looks really nice on shorter nails. And plus, it gives me parade vibes. So if you've been around this nail polish world for a long time, Cadillacquer released a polish pickup shade like years and years ago called Parade. And I think at the time, I just really wasn't into polish pickup that intensely. I don't know, because I know it came back for a rewind at some point and I still didn't pick it up. And I remember just constantly talking about it. Other people were finding it and I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get this polish. And then a good friend of mine messaged me on Instagram and said that she had found it on a D-stash. And I was like, yes! And it is in my possession now. But this polish reminded me of that because of the color and the glitters. Not a dupe, obviously, but just, you know, similar vibes. And the fact that this one is thermal, I was like, yes, I love it. All right, everybody, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know if you plan on picking any of these up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.